I was trying to figure out what I want to do first. I need to start finalizing things. So I need to seal the blue because that was freshly painted. Got to touch up some black on the hands, gun hands, and add a little bit of brush metal to these side arms here. These are going to be black, but have a little bit of a metallic, not the pad part, but the gun metal, this metal bit right here. Got a little bit of a metallic look. This guy. Alright, but first things first. I'm gonna seal these guys, and then I can mask it all off and do the chrome. I think this may be a liquid mask situation. Alright, anyway, first things first, let's get them sealed. Oh, I get to use my new airbrush station. How about that? Water going. Is it low? My water level low? Sounds like I need to add some water to it. Hold on. Go grab some water real quick. My camera's a little high too. I was muted. Hey, what's up, Bean? How's it going? I was just had to go refill the reservoir here in my new airbrush curtain waterfall. What is it called? Water curtain airbrush booth. So this is the debut, if you will. I'm just gonna spray some varnish on these Wolverine claws before I mask them. So very light test of the or a very light initial start of this thing. So yeah. It's pretty dope. I did a smoke test with it when I first got it, and once I turned the fan on, even on the low setting, like it really just vacates air. Like this thing gets moving. Yeah, it moves some air, which is nice. Oh, looks like I'm gonna need to bring the camera in a little bit. A whole lot of stuff on the side there. Cough right in your face. Couldn't get to that mute button. Oh, I gotta go get some some rinse water here. I'll be back again. 1 second. Should have set all this up before I started the stream, huh? That's what a responsible stream owner would have done. But no. Alright. Cup put on there. This airbrush cleaner through. And then I'll come back and break in this airbrush box. Give me 1 second. And back. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. I feel ya. I have to be extra. I'm being extra careful with these Wolverine claws, you know, for obvious reasons. But yeah, that's devastating. I gotta figure out where this thing is splashing. Like, splashing up right there. I don't want to get my parts wet. It's moving back over here. That was kind of stupid. Yeah, I don't want to get figure out how to stop this splash here. Give me 1 second. This is the very first time I'm actually using this thing. I've tested it, you know, fired it up to make sure it worked, but this is my first on-camera use. Lifting up this foam here, give it a little bit more of a blockade to prevent the little splashes. It's hitting something down there. Just monitor it for a second. Oh, okay, it's over there on the side, that's fine. Nope, it's still hitting it. I suppose I should be pushing that towards the thing. Toward it. quit coming out. I will mess with it later. All right. Varnish. Gotta seal in that blue. Those underarms. I caught it at the last minute. Actually, the underneath of the underarms of Wolverine. I was rewatching the movie a couple days ago, and I happened to catch it during their fight scene. That his underarms were blue, which is good because I was kind of not digging how much yellow there was. So yeah, I'm that was kind of a happy accident. But anyway, yeah, I want to get this get up on a stick real quick before I get started. So I got the blue on there. I'm gonna varnish it and varnish all of it. Seal it real quick. Actually, up here, I'm gonna use some liquid latex. Yeah, I've been bouncing around on this project quite a bit too. Man, that oh, still even that's not bad. Yeah, this new airbrush box is really nice. It's not nearly as loud as the my old one. And it's way more efficient. It's got like a big drum fan on the back, and they really thought about it. It comes off pretty easily. There's like a couple screws you take off on the top, and then you pull the whole fan assembly out, and then the turbo fan, the little drum fan, just kind of detaches like a little spindle. Just unwind it, give it a good cleaning, and then you're good to go. So that's one of the reasons why I got this booth. Was I was tired of going through like dry filters, hard as I was going through them, and they just weren't as effective. Like I noticed the it wasn't as just wasn't moving the air out, doing its job. So I think the fan in that, because it was like a regular dry fan. I think it finally just got gunked up with paint and doesn't work for me anymore. So, treated myself. I work hard. I was a good boy this year. Time to get something nice. Yeah, this is... the difference is insane. This is actually pleasant. It's bigger than it looks too. Like it's not the same size as my the custom box that I made. That it was like 2 feet tall or something. So I kind of got spoiled by that. But I wasn't using the whole upper half, because I wasn't working on anything huge. Anything normal sized, it's kind of a waste. Yeah, I'll definitely have to play with this thing a little bit more to figure out where those splashes are hitting the hardest and what I can do about it. Maybe if I add more water. although that seems counterintuitive. Yeah, it's bouncing off the little sponge on the inside, pad on the inside. Anyway, play with it later. I've got to clean my airbrush. One second. You know what? Watch, just keep watching the waterfall. Yes, it did. It certainly did. I put it through the paces, that's for sure. Like it needs to be a little bit hot, a little bit taller. It splashes really hard sometimes. I've got two fan speeds, but only one waterfall speed. Can't really slow down gravity, but what was this cap? What does this cap belong to? Why don't you have a home? Do I have an uncapped bottle? No, I wouldn't be that irresponsible. Pretty irresponsible, but not that irresponsible. Yeah, maybe I'll try adding some more water to it. Distilled. How long is distilled water good for? I mean, I guess it's always distilled. It's not picking up anything. It's been in a jug, but I think it's like a year old. Still seems like it's alright. I will grab a pitcher of water in just a second. Let's get this airbrush clean. It's much more pleasant having a tiny waterfall in the studio. Now my concern though is like, is it gonna last? Like, how's the quality of this box? You know, I had to wait for it to get shipped here from China. It took about a month, and then I started getting a Kickstarter one with a instead of it evacuating to the outside, it's got like a big filter on the top. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's got a big drum filter on the top of it, and I don't know how I feel about that one, because it's kind of a good idea, but at the same time, I mean, then you're just back to having another filter again, you know? Like, the benefit of using the water filtration is that it keeps the paint, like, you're not burning through, you know, paper filters. It keeps the paint trapped in a suspended, undried, you know, wet state in the thing until you rinse it out. I don't know how often I gotta clean this thing, but until I put some actual miles on it, I'm not gonna worry about it. All right, we need to start finishing up some stuff here. Torso is done, except for some varnishes. Wolvie's torso and legs are done, except for some varnishes. Actually, that's probably pretty on those. Call those done. I do want to hit. No, second thought. Kind of like the. Varnish on these, but these may need to be glossy. And this shoulder piece may need to be glossy. Take a look at the reference material. Just a second. Yeah, that's true. I could definitely see how that would be used in a place that, ventilation was a problem. It was a Kickstarter too, so I was very excited to get my photo booth from the Kickstarter. It just seemed like waiting on it. I was just waiting forever. So I went with for the waterfall booth. I just went with an existing product. And honestly, I like the build. I think I like the build quality of this better because it's all stainless steel, and the one that I saw looked like it was made of plastic. It had drain plugs and things, and I'm sure that they made it a little more convenient to clean and stuff. But for the most part, gloss black. That doesn't really matter. I'm gonna varnish it anyway. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it just looked. I don't know. It looked cheaper, I guess. Like a big plastic tub, kind of like the wall thickness of it. I don't know. I think I'm happier with my choice. But I'm getting these ads for that thing all the time now. Now that I actually bought one. The algorithm's like, oh, you're interested in waterfall booths? No, algorithm. I was for the one. Now I'm done. I'm not interested in any more. You're doing it all wrong. I do wish you could go in and have settings in your algorithms so that it's I guess you can't. I guess there are settings if you dig down in there. They just don't make them as obvious. I guess this is what I'm getting at. They should make it a little more user friendly to get to these things, customize your stuff. But at the same time, I don't give a shit. I'm trying to unplug. What's up, John Paul? Welcome to the chit chat. I am touching up things and finishing some varnishes. I can't decide if I want to hit these guns with a little bit of wash to bring out some of the little details. But I want them to be bright, so I don't want to wash over the whole thing. I'll do a little brush, a little detail application of some wash. First, let's patch up some black. honest, I don't even know why I'm wasting my time. It's the only thing anybody's going to be looking at here. And even though I went through this in a hurry, I did a pretty good job. Didn't really mess up that much. On this hand, anyway. The other one looks like. Claws, the sidearm, and the portraits, I think, is all I have left. So I think I may be getting into the portraits tonight, which is exciting. I'll do my best to, if I do, not if, when I do get to the portraits, I'll do my best to keep it all on camera. The hardest part is just like I got to get so close to it, you know, to see. I'll make sure to use my my extendo vision, but yeah, it's sometimes it's hard to get the camera. I'll see if I can hold it in focus and stuff. And that bright light is really hitting that metal hard on camera. Oh, I need that paper towel. All right. brush a little bit so it's not completely dry. Very subtle metallic add. Make it look like black metal. Yeah, and also I move kind of slow. I'm not the fastest painter in the world. I'm working on it, but until I start doing it for a job, I'm just gonna enjoy it at my pace. Scratches. That may have been a little much. Let's go with some black. Just a little too much. on in this brush? Small brush. need some attention too. So much little chipping to do. But it's the little details that sell it. Alright, Bean, take it easy, man. Thanks for hanging out. What's up, Bean? You just missed the other Bean. My beans are out of sync. A lot of beans. Got all the beans. If all the beans are here, that means that there are other channels that are beanless, and I feel bad for those channels. They don't get the joy of bean, and yet I have an abundance of bean. All right. Those, I believe, are ready for some masking. And then I can chrome the claws. That is gonna take a second to dry. This is not my favorite stuff in the world. How long is the process from start to finish? I mean, it depends. I've been really dragging on this project. Like this, honestly, this probably could have been done in about 40 hours, 40 or 50 hours maybe. My typical paint jobs run around 60 hours, 60 to 70 hours, sometimes more. Like I said, this could have been done a whole lot faster. I've just been like just dragging on it for some reason. I don't know what's going on with me, but I've had a lot going on. I do know what's going on with me. I've had a lot going on, and I haven't had a whole lot of time to paint. So, yeah, this one should not be taking as long as it's taking, but here we are. All right, so now this kind of sucks because I'm going to use one of my trash brushes so that I can get in here in between his little fingies with the latex. Including the printing? No, the printing was separate. The printing was probably 14 hours a couple times. So maybe maybe 20, I'd say between 25 and 30 hours of print time. Because it's not all together, right? Like it's 5 hours here, 10 hours there, So my printers are pretty fast. So actually, this project probably printed a lot faster than that. This project probably both sides probably printed in about 20 hours. This project went pretty fast. On the print side. All right, let's give this a shot. It's going to pull up there too high. I'm not going to be able to get the detail that I want. Alright, so that's lame. Yeah, it's just gonna flood this space here, so I suppose I should, well, I'll have to let it dry and get it out of there right now. Option 2, I will use my handy dandy putty. Set this out of there. Once the latex gets into these brushes, they're no good. I think that's clean enough. All right. And for that, I definitely use this toothpick. This will give me cleaner bits in between the claws here. At least I hope. This is going. It's stuff like this, Bean, that is the reason why it takes so long. I'm doing all this little effort just so I can take it to the airbrush booth and go, psh, 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 and that's it, and then it'll be done. But everything leading up to that is going to be about this speed. I suppose I can just use the Vallejo Chrome for any edge touch-ups I needed. I really need to avoid it if I can do that. I want as much of this to be solid chrome as I can. The hard part is you can't, the rattle can chrome that I'm using, can't paint over it very well. At least not without, you know, varnish or something to make it a little grabby. It's very, very slick. And so painting over any overspray becomes problematic, even with black. Just gonna do my best here. I only have two really tough spots. Well, I guess four, one on each hand. But these little in between the claws here. It's too thick, it's too big. go and add a little bit of shadow in there too. Make this as tiny as I can. Without being so tiny that it's useless. Hoodie off is from the sweat. No, 1 second. Right back. Get some water too. Quick health and safety break. There it goes. It wouldn't go away. Do I use a wet palette? No, I use little silicone cups. When I tried using when I started using a wet palette. You know, when I first began painting, because that's what I thought you were supposed to use. And it's good, I think, for miniature painters that you don't work with a whole lot of paint all at one time, or something. Maybe I didn't like that it just kept. It seemed like the paint would just dilute the longer it sat on your palette. So that forced you to either have to be really fast or to just constantly monitor, like adding more paint, and that I felt like I was wasting paint. With the silicone cups, I'm still wasting paint because I'm an ass, but with the silicone cups, you know, when I mix it to the viscosity that I want, I add the water to it, it stays that way. Like it doesn't continue to get wetter and wetter and wetter. So that's why I don't prescribe to the palette. I need to hit some chrome. They're gonna look awesome. Better after all of this. Like I said, if I absolutely have to, I can touch up around the base with some Vallejo chrome. Really must. Main thing, I want to make sure that the blue is covered. Like I said, that Revell chrome, hard to paint over it. It's impossible, but I did it with the Silver Surfer on my Galactus, and tried to paint over the chrome overspray around his feet, and I guess because it's water-based acrylic, it just pooled on top of the chrome, rattle can chrome, which I guess is probably like an enamel, maybe. I don't know. It does look nice though. So I'm going through all this GD effort. As much of this to be as chrome as I can. A little black rim is acceptable. That's the only downside to using putty for masking, is you end up with a little thickness. Like you just got thickness, more so than tape or latex. So that's one of the things that you kind of have to combat a little bit, so you don't end up with like little snow drifts of paint, especially up against flat walls. And since this is going to be chrome and highly reflective, or at least that's the idea, I want this to be as tight as I can make it. Kind of only gonna get one shot at this. Thankfully, I just have to do around these claws. The rest I can just wrap in cellophane. Ouch. Alright, I think I got it. One of them at least. You know what? I said I was going to try to get to the portraits tonight, but I don't think that's going to happen because I need to eat. And I still got to do a couple more things. I'm going to get a little bit of wash on those guns. I got to get these chromed out, obviously. I want to do a little bit of wash on the underarms. A little wash the airbrush just on that blue. Too much. Ask me again how long these projects take. Go ahead, I dare you. Yeah, masking is not for the faint of heart. You have to be patient. Very worth it in the end, but it doesn't feel like it while you're doing it. While you're doing it, you just want it to be over. Yes, I do. Hate masking. Waste. Slack. Slack in the gloves. Alright, what was I? Honestly, the toothpick has to be the perfect tool for this, because you can use it like a little rolling pin. Kind of push the putty where you need it to go. You can also kind of use the point to stipple it down. I learned that at on a trip to Mount Rushmore. That's how they made the president's faces look so smooth. They actually had a dude with a like a little metal stub nose piece of metal and a hammer. You just tap, 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 tap until it was flat. Chip away at it, pound it down until it was no longer jagged. I thought that was pretty cool. It's a lot of freaking work, man. Tell you what, building stuff back in the day, doing that kind of thing. People just straight up die on the job because, you know, unsafe conditions. Hanging off the side of the mountain. Jackhammering fucking President Lincoln's face. That sounded, I didn't mean for that to sound the way it sounded, but you understand what I'm saying. I left some of the rim exposed, the edge exposed, but I think it's actually supposed to be black. Part of the leather. The second one went much faster. Tighten up the other one. The seam where the metal coming out through the leather. It's like a leather ridge. These coils don't have anything on them. Alright, that one's ready. almost made a big old boo-boo. Did I add something to the hand? No. Just putty. Alright, now I can get a couple pieces. Saran wrap, cellophane. We can fire up this airbrush booth. But yeah, I'm starting to get hungry, so I think this is probably going to be the last thing I do tonight. My belly's growling. Make sure it's pressed in there all the way around, but other than that, wrap this guy on up like so. Nice and protected from the big bad spray. Hey, Lola. You done with your nap? Wanna get out of here? I'm gonna go let my cat out. Come on, buddy. Can't jump up in the airbrush box, so I'm gonna need you to take a hike. Alright, well, I'm gonna trust you. See what happens. I may be under a cat attack. What do you want? You got a sleepy face. Are you napping? Cat napping? Alright, that's all the pets you get. Oh, I can't say no to that face. Alright. Alright, it's gonna get loud in here. Just FYI. Just stole my seat. That's what you were waiting for. Alright, well, you're lucky I'm almost done. Alright, so I'm going to try some of this Revell Chrome Spray. This is not breathing friendly, so luckily I don't need too much of it. And with my airbrush box, got a nice exhaust system here, so I don't really have to worry about it too much. But it's been sitting for a very long time, so I'm gonna make sure to give it a good shake. Alright, that's gonna do it. Here goes nothing. Oh yeah, I forgot you weren't on earlier. Yeah, I got the water curtain airbrush box. It's new. I still gotta fix the pad so that it doesn't splash water up. I haven't quite worked that out yet. Maybe I'll add a sponge to it or something to give it. It needs a little more height. It doesn't quite have the height. Go back against the pins more. Anyway, still messing with it, but that looks hot. Look at that. The glint. Yeah, that is just so much better than the, not better, just so much shinier than the regular Vallejo Chrome. What does the waterfall do? So it's got an exhaust fan in the back, but the moving water catches the overspray, catches the particulates, flushes them down into this little foam mat here, and then you just go and clean the mat. You just rinse it out when it gets too dirty. So the moving water also creates like a negative pressure, like a vacuum on the inside. So it's sucking air like really hard. This thing will like, I did a smoke test when I first got it, and this thing was just, it was killing it. It was amazing. So much better than my old dry box. With the dry box, I was going through those filters, and the fan eventually just got so gunked up that it just stopped working. So this thing, they built this with painters in mind, because the turbo fan in the back is just a bolt. Like, you just undo a couple screws, and it's got a little knob. You just you just take off the fan part, the drum, give it a rinse, and it's good to go. It's like perfect, like just like a brand new machine. So I can totally maintain this machine a lot easier than my old dry brush. It's gonna, yeah, this was definitely an upgrade, and I'm quite happy with it. Those look rad as shit. Check the first one to make sure I didn't miss any spots. Yeah, it's just a much better filtration with the moving water, catching all the little paint particulates and then just flushing them away, versus just piling up inside of the dry filter. All right, now I got both cats in here. Alrighty, well, I think I'm gonna end it here with those Wolverine claws. Oh, Gunny, get down, buddy. Can't be up there. He loves running water. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here with the Wolverine claws. Those definitely need to dry overnight. That enamel, like, it takes a while to dry, but man, does that look good. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Have a good night. Till next time. Take it easy.